Hello, second grade. It's Miss Hershey here, your art teacher, and I'm going to show you the first step for our first assignment for trimester number 2. So this is trimester number 2. This should be after Thanksgiving break, and you will be doing a couple steps on this assignment before you turn it into me. So what you're doing today, you do not need to turn into me until you've done the following 2 or 3 videos and completed the assignment. It's going to be in parts. Just like if you were in art class in person, we would do this in parts. We wouldn't do it all in one day. So here I've got my 9x12 drawing paper. That is one of the things that I recommended you have was a sketchbook, a 9x12 sketchbook. Computer paper will not be great for this assignment. It's going to be too thin. You're going to need some drawing paper or something a little thicker. You can use computer paper, but it might get holes in it when you start to add the marker. You're also going to need a Sharpie marker or a different type of permanent black marker for today. So what's going to happen is I'm going to draw, and then you guys are going to go ahead and draw with me. So we're going to draw a landscape today. I'm going to teach you how to draw a landscape. So over here on the side of my paper, I'm going to line my fingers up at the bottom. So I have 1, 2, 3 fingers, and I'm going to make just a little mark. And I'm going to do a diagonal line. So diagonals go up and down and side to side at the same time. It's going to be a little bit bumpy because it's a hill, and hills are not perfect. So go ahead and do that. And you can always pause the video if you can't keep up. I'm going to go to the other side of my paper, and I'm going to do my same 3 fingers, lining it up with the bottom here, make my mark. And this diagonal line is going to touch this diagonal line. So this hill's in the front, and this hill is tucked behind. I'm going to go on top of my hill this time, and I'm going to do 4 fingers. So 1, 2, 3, 4 fingers. I'm going to make my mark. And this one I want it to go all the way across my paper, so I'm going to do just a little mark over here to kind of give me an idea of where I'm going with my bumpy-ish line. Okay, there's another hill. So we've got 1, 2, 3 hills. We're going to do 4 hills total. So I'm going to do my 4 fingers from the top of this hill. Let's just do 3 because it's a little higher. 1, 2, 3. Make my mark. And this one I want to kind of come to the center of the paper. So I'm going to kind of eyeball. I think the center of my paper is right here. I'm going to make a mark, and I'm going to go ahead and do my hills. So now I have 4 hills right there for you guys to look at. So go ahead and do those 4 hills for me. For this next step, you're going to need something round to trace and something kind of small. So I have here this lid. It's like a hairspray lid, came off a can of hairspray. So I'm going to set it down so that my circle is covering some of my lines, but it's also above my hills. I kind of want to try to get that in the center too. And I'm going to trace from hill to hill. And that's going to make the sun coming up above my hills. Okay? We're also going to do the sunrise. So you can use a ruler for this, or if you don't have one, you can just freehand your lines straight. I do not have a ruler handy, so I'm going to freehand my lines straight. So I'm going to teach you guys how to do rays from the sun. So I'm going to start towards my center, and I'm going to pull straight up as I can, all the way to the top of my paper. And that divides our sky into 2. Remember, if I'm going too fast, you just go ahead and you pause this video. I'm going to kind of pick my halfway point here, and I'm going to take that diagonally up to my corner. So I've got my mark about halfway across my sun, as straight as I can, diagonally up to the corner. Do the same thing over here. I'm going to find about my halfway point. I'm going to take that diagonally up to the corner. So we now have 1, 2, 3, 4 rays of sun. We actually want to have 8 when we're done. So now I'm going to pick the middle of this guy, and I'm going to try to find the middle of this guy. So I've kind of marked the middle of this section and the middle of that section. I'm going to go ahead and do my diagonal, and even without a ruler, they're pretty straight, so I think it's going to work out. Pick the middle here, and the middle here, and these do not have to be perfect. They are not going to be your exact middles. Okay, middle, middle, diagonal, middle, middle, diagonal. So we have pretty much made the frame or the skeleton for our project, which is going to be 4 hills with a sunrise coming over the top. So this is going to be your step 1. You are done with the project for today, unless you want to continue on with the next videos. This is going to be probably a 2 to 3 video unit. I'm not really sure yet, but this is week 1. So you are done for this week unless you want to skip ahead to next week. I hope you guys enjoy this. If you have any questions, just shoot me an email. Have a great day.